Oh shoot. Oh my god. Okay, wait a second. I'm setting up my stuff right now. Okay. It's back here. Okay. Let's go into trading view. Okay, let's look at. Okay, welcome. So I'm actually just gonna alert on Discord that I'm live. So I'm just gonna send this link right now. What? Let's take a look. Okay. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it into Discord right now. Going live. So I'm most likely not trading today. I'm just gonna watch Airlines and possibly answer questions and show you guys some tools and indicators like the volume profile. So going live. Okay. So I just sent that alert on Discord. So everyone should be coming in. Welcome everyone. Okay, so first thing, we're looking at Boeing. I made a whole video on Airlines, so I'm gonna be watching them. They kind of did gap up today. I'm kind of hoping we drop more. Like, we're already at the support, but just right at the support, which is like the 207 level for Boeing. So I already did make a video. It's gonna be a very, very cheap play, especially if we're looking at jets. Boeing is like a more expensive one right over here, but again, we're buying off a major supply zone. I mean demand zone right over here. Let's switch this to, and we still have 7 minutes till market open. So good morning everyone. Yeah, welcome. AAL thoughts. As I said, looking very, very bullish on AAL, like all the airlines, just long expiration. The cool thing about AAL is that they're actually trying to break downtrend right over here. Like unlike other airlines, so AAL looks very interesting. Let's take a look at UAL. So as you can see, AAL is actually trying to break downtrend over here. Volume, let's take a look at volume. I'm gonna try using this the volume indicator. So let's take a look at like right over here. So basically I have this indicator. It's a very, very great indicator. It's on TradingView. You do need premium for it, but it's called like the built-in go to volume profile and click fixed range. And basically what we can see is these levels. So we could see that for American Airlines, this 19.63 level, so around $20, is a high volume zone. So that means people are going in. Yeah. So pot at 50 HP, appreciate the super chat. Bank of America. So I was also looking at Bank of America because Bank of America has this flag. Okay, so we have played this before. I'll show you an example right over here of a flag. So kind of like a downtrend breakout, but it's more of a channel. Since Bank of America is a bank, what I like to look at is XLF. Okay, so XLF is the financials ETF. So right over here, banks are in a downtrend and they're kind of just bouncing around in this downtrend. The level to watch for Bank of America is right around like 46.70. So you gotta chart that channel out, and once it does break out, potential play on Bank of America. I did make a video on banks, I think like a couple days ago, and we have XLF at support. Even like Citigroup right over here looks very nice. Jets March play is looking very nice. I was actually thinking February. Even like longer leaps are fine, but I was thinking February. So banks also look nice. What we gotta understand is that rotation. Okay, tech is killing it, and soon once tech sells off, we should get some money into banks and airlines. Could it go below the low? So right over here is a ABC correction. I made a video on that also. Basically, as you could see, like the before, we usually have these corrections. It's a normal thing. The market just doesn't go the one direction. So we're gonna have like these corrections, and sometimes they're like a flat correction, like over here back in September last year. So for example, this is an example of a flat correction where we would double bottom out. But we also gotta understand is that Apple closed very, very bearish. But only thing is, like, I wouldn't consider taking puts yet because it's not full confirmation yet. As for Facebook, there's an actual rising wedge. Okay, Apple, there's like no breakout pattern going on unless if you watched my last stream and we actually caught that gap. Yeah, good morning, Orlando. Yeah, 2024. So, like, I'm not confident. Like, as I said, take it as a grain of salt, but all of those, Elliott waves are lining up for a potential, like, correction. But we're in November. It's very, very bullish month. But even if we were to turn red, I would watch Facebook because this actually looks bearish. This is a rising wedge. This is getting very, very bearish. We went from inverse head and shoulder to ascending triangle to a rising wedge. Yeah. Yeah, so airlines, they actually went up. They gapped up. So let's take a look at like pre-market right over here. I'm gonna have to like turn pre-market on. So right over here. Yeah, so we're up a little bit on pre-market right now. Ford, let's take a look at Ford. Oh my, okay, so we discussed this in yesterday's live stream, and so again, this is why I love to go live. So basically we had like this descending triangle and it broke out. The time I was watching, I was considering it like taking puts right over here if we were to break this, but we actually broke out, which is just incredible. This is a descending triangle breakout. I'll show you guys an example of a descending triangle breakout. AMD is a great example of a descending triangle breakout, which Ford looks just like that right over here. If Ford decides to go up, I want to watch Lucid. Okay, Lucid is forming a potential cup and handle. Do you get pre-market with premium? I'm pretty sure you already get pre-market in TradingView. So could you get tips on spotting the next rotation? So what I like to do is I like to have them. So I usually had like a slides. Actually, let me check if I have them because I used to have not like a course, but usually I used to do one-on-ones, not anymore, but I had like this Google Slides, which I gave examples of like how to find rotations and stuff. So I'm just gonna try pulling that up in my second monitor right over here. So I made this like a while ago. I'm not sure if it's still valid. So I'm just gonna load that right now. So yeah, Ford looks very, very interesting. We can see a potential. I used to do like these one-on-ones, not anymore. But basically, I don't know, I might make a video on this if I were to make a whole free video course on YouTube later on in a couple months. So what I usually do is I track the sectors. So we have IT, healthcare, communication services, like all of those other stuff. You can add in airlines and tech. So what I like to do is I like to add them all in on my chart. Now what I could do is I could just like go over them. So I remember like this was an example. If we see a breakout, I would try to play it and the stocks inside it. So let's take a look at like XLC, XLY. I completely missed this. I didn't even know what this is, but basically, you would look at like XLY insider holdings. So I would like look at the holdings, and XLY, this is an example of a rotation. If a ETF is consolidating, that should lead into rotation. I'll give you guys some more examples. XLB, I clearly remember this symmetrical triangle on XLB. Again, if an ETF has a pattern, okay, for example, a while ago, SPY had a inverse head and shoulder. Okay, so right over here, let's take a look. Oh wait, market open. Okay, so market just opened. I might not even trade today, but anyways, so basically we had this inverse head and shoulder on SPY, and basically the market was very, very bullish. If a ETF has a certain pattern, it is just way more bullish. For example, XLU, utilities sector fund. Right now I'm watching this also for a potential so we have like a ascending triangle. So we are actually going up already right now since market is open. So this looks very interesting. I'm not even sure what this is. Like, let's take a look at healthcare. So this was a rotation a while ago on healthcare. If you guys don't remember, we played like Pfizer, Moderna, like J&J. We got in all those vaccine companies when we were consolidating, like with this diamond pattern right over here. So yeah, I used to do, so I had like a lot of examples. This was the healthcare. We usually also have like some sort of catalyst. This was like the tech sector, like on February. I clearly remember this. The thing is, I make all of these videos so you guys can actually see the past videos. No, I never checked insider trading, like from senators and stuff. Let's take a look at Facebook right at open. Oh wow. Okay, so Facebook, I don't feel like trading today, but Facebook is breaking this rising wedge right over here. And again, this is a very, very bearish pattern. So if you were to play it, okay, this would be our price target right over here. This would be kind of like our next support on Facebook right over here. So this actually looks very, very good. So we have this very nice rising wedge. Let's take a look at the volume. How is Amazon looking? Amazon, Amazon had its run. I'm watching. Thing is, Amazon kind of looks like a cup and handle right over here. We rejected right over here. This is actually setting up for a potential breakout on Amazon, a breakout. But Facebook looks very, very bearish right over here. Thoughts on Baba? I lost a lot of money on Baba, so I'm not gonna be like. It's just very tough. The fundamentals are great, but it's just China. They keep finding, the CCP keeps finding Chinese companies and Alibaba. You guys saw what happened to EDU, which is a Chinese stock, a education Chinese stock. They kind of like banned profiting off of like education, and it literally just went from like 20 to 2. So I would be very careful on Baba. So let's take a look at Ford. So Ford is testing the breakout right over here. So usually once we break out, Ford is testing this level. So if you're still in Ford, like my stop loss would be like below 20. 20 is a nice mental number. So Ford looks interesting if we hold this level. Let's take a look at AMD because AMD has been having an incredible run. Let's take a look at Apple. So again, Apple is going for the ABC correction, but I'm not confident enough to get puts. Okay, as you guys can see right over here, it's just like a no trade zone right now. Oh wait, yeah, let's take a look at Jets. So I'm still the thing is, it is a great entry yet, but I wanna buy it at the support, which is like 21.59. Let's take a look at AAL. So AAL is actually breaking the trend right over here. We're in IWM shares, and it's about to hit our stop loss right over here. So we're only in shares we entered in yesterday, but this is gonna be the stop loss. AMC is also getting very, very tight. As you guys can see, AMC is gonna have a huge move. GameStop is already moving, which is incredible. It's incredible to think that these meme stocks are still pumping. Like right over here, GameStop is breaking out. AMC setup looks incredible on the daily. So I'm not grabbing Jets yet. So GameStop is pumping. Wow, this is like the resistance. Okay, Neo. So watching Neo right over here, let's take a look at Ford. Ford is testing this breakout. PFE, if it dumps a little bit more, okay, like around this 49 area, I'm watching for a potential cup and handle play. So let's refresh this. PFE, let's take a look at Ford. Okay, Lucid is setting up. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Lucid is setting up a little bit right over here. Possible symmetrical triangle. But again, we have a nice cup and handle on Lucid. So I'm looking to play this cup and handle. Let's take a look at Hive. Take a look at Apple. Will be interesting to see where Apple closes. BTC, Bitcoin right over here. Okay. So Moderna also looks very, very interesting. We have this downtrend breakout, and we have multiple gaps to the upside. Okay. So the thing is, this is not like the best entry for jets. So I'm looking to get in jets, but I just want to tell you guys that it is not the best entry. I really want to watch the close because I want to see it breaking the downtrend like we did right over here. So I want to see the daily close coming in. What stock? Okay, so jet screen candle, but again, it's just to open. We could just let's take a look at Nvidia. So Nvidia, we had this breakout. Nvidia, it just needs like a rest. Like, you know, it had a incredible run. So right over here, I'm actually seeing a. What we could do is we could possible head and shoulder. Like, just this is like concerning me right over here. We actually have a gap down below. So again, what I do is I set these gap alerts. This is a earnings gap, but it's enough to actually fill it. So this gap is 3%. So we might actually be able to fill this gap. This is actually looking like a pretty good play. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still watching the close on jets, deciding what to do. Let's take a look at C. C is getting very, very tight. Banks are getting. Let's take a look at BAC. Okay, so BAC. So BAC is actually setting up right over here. So the donation I got from pot at 50 HP. Bank of America is setting up. We actually kind of did break this downtrend, but as you can see, this is a very, very tough support right over here. Okay, this is a very tough support, and let's actually take a look at the 5 minutes. So I'm actually gonna watch this play, okay, because Bank of America does look interesting. As you can see, this is a major, major support. So we're gonna keep testing it, and we're gonna be consolidating until we actually break out. Let's take a look at NEO. Yeah, NEO is getting tighter and tighter. I'm waiting for it to get tighter on the daily time frame. NEO has that the NEO day, as you guys know, but again, we're gonna be keeping like the same stop loss. I want to keep the same stop loss if I do decide to alert NEO, because NEO does look nice. Take a look at Snap. Wait, actually, Lee is breaking out right over here. Keep in mind, Lee is like another Chinese auto company, so Lee's actually breaking out. Let's take a look at Snapchat. Oh my god, this thing is a mess right over here. So let's take a look at weekly. So Snapchat, it's just like would be watching the weekly close. So as you can see, the weekly candle, we need to close above 49 area, 49.72 area, or 51. I mean 51.78 area for Snapchat on the weekly time frame. Okay, let's take a look at, let's go back to NEO, because NEO is getting tight. Okay, it's getting very, very tight right over here. If we can like trade sideways for like 2 days, 1, 2, would look to enter in right when we get very, very tight. So NEO is looking. Let's take a look at Ford. So we talked about this as you guys saw, Ford tested this support and it is looking nice. So Ford had a very nice support around that area. Okay. FB. Let's refresh this. Could you link in some option selection tips on the pattern, traded profit, and expiry date? So I could just tell you. Well, it really depends. I actually don't know any videos, but you want to it really depends. Like if you want to be having like a long swing, in the money is always has more value because of that intrinsic value, but you're gonna be making less. More expiration the better. If you're doing very close expiration, again, that's very risky because it's kind of like higher leverage. But it really depends like what you're doing. Like if you're day trading, you could like do out of the money, like closest expiration. Take a look at NEO right over here. NEO is getting very, very tight. The thing is, if I do decide to enter, we're going to be entering the top because this is a major level right over here. So on the 5 minute, our resistance is 43.11. I'm so tempted to enter in right over here, but because it's like at that breakout level, it's already up like 3%. So I'm gonna be watching this level right over here. Citibank, please. Yeah, let's take a look at Citi. So both banks and airlines are just consolidating right over here. So Citigroup is getting very, very tight. We have the support, and then we have the downtrend breakout. It's getting very, very tight on this level right over here. Let's close this. Let's take a look at PFE. Let's take a look at Ford. So Ford did very nice. Let's take a look at GM, Lucid. Let's take a look at like oil. Apple. So NEO is the watch for right now. Actually, so 5B turned green. So NEO is approaching this resistance. Okay, let's take a look at. Okay, AMC is about to go for the breakout. Okay, wow. I'm gonna be watching for a potential play on AMC. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM turning green. We need to close above this resistance for the downtrend breakout. AMC is getting very, very tight. Now, the thing is, this is again, it's a symmetrical triangle breakout, and we can break out either way. This is a neutral pattern, so it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. So let's take a look at Moderna also, because Moderna is also setting up. Apple, C, so NEO and AMC. So NEO rejected this resistance. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. So right over here, as you guys can see, this is gonna be our level where we're gonna at least consolidate on the 5 minute for NEO, because this is a major resistance. If we break this, we're gonna be pushing, and I'm looking to get calls, but not yet, because I need to watch the daily close. And if I do decide to get calls, again, my stop loss will be this trend line, because the thing is we also have a gap down below, so I think this is such a great stop loss if I do decide to get calls. If you guys do have any questions, let me know in the chat. This is a subscriber only chat. You just gotta subscribe to talk in the live chat. So Neo, let's take a look at Lee. So Lee had it's breaking out. So Lee had a incredible breakout. If you guys do have any questions, let me know. Yeah. So even XPEV. Oh wow, yeah, XPEV already broke out. So this is another example of a market rotation, where all of the electrical vehicle companies are running right now, and especially mostly China right now, but XPEV, incredible breakout. Thanks for pointing that out. Let's take a look at. I'm just watching Neo, because Neo is the only one that didn't break out, which is kind of funny that Neo is lagging behind between Lee and XPEV. Can you please explain about the fixed range indicator? So that is the volume profile indicator. Oh wait, okay, it's approaching this level. Okay, I'm gonna quickly explain the indicator, but basically, the volume profile indicator. So I'm gonna move this. Is a indicator where we can see what levels we are having incredible volume. Now, you go to indicators. This is actually TradingView Premium only has it, but you go to built-in, you go to volume profile fixed range. Now you can set like a level, so I could set like a specific range right over here. And basically what this tells us is that the highest volume we're getting is the 3,300 level for Amazon. And guess what? That level is where we broke out. That was a major level where people were buying in Amazon. I actually bought Amazon right at this level, okay, around 3,300, because we had incredible volume. A lot of people are buying it right over here. As you can see, the highest volume. The next level would be the 3,200 level, so that is a great example. So basically it just tells us what levels has high volume. How do you know how long to keep a swing trade? So how do I know that? Well, it depends. Wait, okay. So it really depends. So for example, for Neo, I'm looking at a swing. It depends upon the setup. So this is a descending triangle breakout on the weekly. If the setup is on a bigger time frame, the weekly or daily, we're gonna have a higher breakout. So a very stronger push and possible uptrend. Okay, a change in trend. So for these ones, it's a higher confident plays because the time frame is bigger. So I would expect a bigger breakout. Okay, I'm looking. So let's take a look at the 5-minute. Because I want to get Neo. So I'm just going to do. I am looking to get Neo. So let's go to weekly. So I'm going to send a alert on Discord. Sending a alert on Discord that I am watching this play. Watching Neo for a swing. December 7th. Just watching on. Oh shit. Okay. So let's take a look at. I'm just gonna copy this. Okay. So I'm sending the alert that I'm watching for a play, but I really want to see the closing candle. The closing candle for Neo. Okay, let's take a look at daily. Let's take a look at 5 minutes to see if we're flagging at this resistance. So again, this is our resistance. Yeah, let's take a look at APUH or A. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure they got news. It is a pharma company, but let's take a look at weekly. We just need to hold, like, I would watch the weekly close. We can't close below 20.79 on AUPH. Yeah, it's just a running nose. Yeah, it's just a running nose. So let's take a look at. Again, I'm watching Neo, but just the thing is, like, I need to see the closing candle because we could just like dump at lunch hours, and it would be nice if I would get like 2 more days, so that we would like be even more tighter. And then the tighter the play is, the better, because then you're gonna have a tighter stop loss, and it'll be a more quick in and out. Oh, shelf offering, yeah. Yeah, XP. That's like the funny part, that XPEV and Li Auto are running, and they're actually ahead of Neo right now, which was kind of funny because I thought Neo was like the boss, but as you can see, Neo is rejecting. Neo is lagging behind Li and XPEV. I'm not in any. I'm only in like shares right now. I'm in like IWM shares, Hive shares, Hot shares, but not in any play yet. Watching Neo. So I need to see and Jets. So let's take. Haven't entered in Jets yet. Still watching the close. Again, AMC. AMC looks just like Neo. It's just a descending triangle. Okay. So AMC and Neo are both on high watch right now. GameStop is already breaking out. So it's getting very tight. We're gonna have a direction soon. Let's take a look at the 5 minutes. We usually need a lot more volume for. Okay. Let's take a look at AMC stock. So it's up around 1.6%. The breakout level is 42.25 for AMC. XPV had an incredible breakout. I wish I saw this earlier, but like we saw this at like open, but let's take a look at Lucid Motors. Ford is holding that level of support. Let's take a look at Apple. Let's see what the SPY is doing. Honestly, I would expect we just trade sideways, like right over here. This is all just trading sideways because again we have the holidays coming up. We have FOMC. The key entry level for what? Let's take a look at CH. So this is CHPT, Charge Point Holdings. We're having a resistance right over here. So this looks like a ascending triangle. Count in right over here. This is how HPT looks on the daily. Oh, this is a SPAC. Okay. Let's take a look at NEO, AMC. So NEO and AMC are their breakouts, but mostly we're just trading sideways. I mean, we're just mostly trading sideways for SPY at this level because again, we just have the holidays and like I'm not even trading today. SPY possible bear flag. Let's take a look at the QS. Why aren't you trading today? So we had an incredible last week, and then it's just like lower volume because like I remember this like last year where we just have low volume. Like I was streaming yesterday on Facebook, like we're just not getting enough volume because people are taking days off because we have the holidays coming up and we have Black Friday coming up. We actually have a short Friday, so most people just they're just trying to enjoy the holidays. So we usually have like more low volume, less people trading. DKNG is dying. Wow, yeah, PayPal is going for that support. Yeah, PayPal is going for 174. 174 looks like a great level. Using the volume profile, like we could see that 200 level was a very mental level. Right when we broke that 200, it's just falling. It's kind of like Baba, where when we broke 200, it just started dumping. So let's take a look at. So I'm gonna remove this. This is a very nice indicator, by the way. Facebook. We're all just trading sideways. Like if we don't have enough volume, like we can't play the breakouts. There're gonna be a lot more false breakouts. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting patiently on Jets, Neo. And honestly, kind of hope we just trade sideways because next week it's gonna be better because we're gonna be having more volume at these levels. So let me know if you guys want to see something. I've been working on. I made this like a while ago. It's like very like funny to see. Like this was like a couple months ago, back in July. I made this like a whole guide on like sector rotations, playing like catalysts, and using like my past trades as an example. That's the thing about me compared to some other YouTuber, because I have like the whole trade log, and like for example this Ford play, I made a whole video on it. You guys can search up Ford Fire Cycle 1-4. I haven't made a whole video on like gap, not a video on like a whole thing on like gap fills, types of gaps, and it's very interesting to see. This chart right over here is a great example of the ABC correction, and same with this one. Like Elliott waves are very, very powerful. Over here I also explained some of the moving averages for that level. So again, we're just trading sideways. When are you going to share that? I'm not too sure. I originally made this for like one-on-ones, but I don't do one-on-ones anymore. I might later on. I'm not sure, but this is pretty fun. Like I'm trying to make more of these stuff, like content, instead of making videos. Because you could like see it like visually, and then in videos I'll probably make like a video going over that, like slides. But I made this in like July 29th, so like couple months ago. I can't post that in Discord right now. I'm still working on it, but so as you guys can see, let's take a look at SPY. The SPY bear flag will be interesting, okay, if we actually bear flag. Let's take a look at IWM. Now IWM is also bear flagging. Let's take a look at NEO. So still waiting Jets to hit 21.59 level. Please set alerts on these levels. Can you look at Lyft? Oh wow, Lyft looks like that. Okay, Lyft actually looks interesting. Wow, thanks for pointing this out. It's getting my attention. So Lyft right over here, downtrend, descending triangle breakout. We have a major support level right over here. This actually looks like a great play. I would actually consider playing this. Wow, Lyft actually looks nice. Looks just like Jets. Wow, thanks for pointing that out. Wow, yeah, I'm loving this setup, this chart on Lyft. Let's take a look at the volume. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that volume. Let's take a look at this fixed range. Let's see. So a lot of volume at this 50 level. So looking to get calls on Lyft. It actually looks very, very nice. Thanks for pointing it out, Qatar. We're having this major demand zone. 50 level is a crucial level for our price target. Let's remove this, and what I'm gonna look at is the weekly, because I think the weekly looks even better. Wow, this looks incredible. Okay, I'm tempted to get calls. Let's see how much they are. Okay, pull up my broker right now. Let's see how much our month out calls are going for Lyft. So let's take a look at Lyft on my second monitor. So in another screen, I'm looking at Lyft calls. Let's take a look at. So for this breakout, since it is a weekly expiration, I'm looking to take monthly. This is the descending triangle buying off major support. This is a very similar trade to our Qualcomm play. So as you guys saw, Qualcomm had just like this a descending triangle and a support, and Lyft looks just like that. Our stop loss is gonna be below 44. So I'm taking a look at, like, let's say December 31st expiration. Let's see if they have earnings anytime soon, because I don't want to be playing earnings. Okay, so they already had earnings. So calls are going for around $300. 46 call, December 31st expiration. Want to grab a month out if you guys are wondering why. Because, again, it's on the weekly. If the setup is on the weekly, I'll be looking to grab a monthly expiration. Are you still holding PFE calls? No. So PFE, we entered in like at this breakout, and yeah, that was a while ago though. That I made a video recap. Can you take a look at SQ? SQ looks very bearish. Wow. I had this charted a couple days ago. The thing is, I usually chart these and I don't look at them. So we have this level right over here. So let's take a look at. Okay. So yeah, Lyft looks very nice right over here. Gonna quickly. So Lyft is like our Qualcomm play. I'm gonna check option calculator right now. So what I do is, like, if I decide to take that Lyft play, I want to see what I want to be setting my stop loss to. So let's take a look at what I do. So I go to this website, option calculator. I type in Lyft. So these calls are going for around like $300. I just checked them in Robinhood. And December expiration. Let's do like a 46 call. So if my stop loss was to be 44, these contracts are very weird. Let's try going in a little bit in the money. Let's do like 45. Yeah, these contracts are very weird. Let's do this. So our price target would be like 50. Let's take a look at 50 levels. So that'd be like a 1-to-1 risk, a 50% loss for a 50% gain. Yeah, there aren't large. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think we have enough volume on these Lyft calls. Like, these contracts are pretty like wacky. But yeah, Lyft does look good. Let's take a look at Uber. Yeah, so we need Lyft does look good, but the contracts are a little wacky and low volume contracts, but this chart does look nice, okay? Especially on the weekly. Okay. So Lyft, so let's take a look at what SPY is doing. We're just trading sideways. We're going for a bear flag on the 5 minute. Lyft, Neo, Apple, Lee, XPEV, FB, and Amazon. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so that's like the thing. Like, if there's just the contracts are not too good with Lyft compared to like Neo. Neo is just trading sideways right over here. So I'm watching Jets, Lyft. We have AMC, and pretty much that's it. And this rising much on Facebook, but like if Facebook were to break this level, our support would be like around over here. And when I'm gonna do that volume thing to see where people are buying Facebook. So if we actually, so as you can see, most of our buy volume is around 324. Yeah, Apple does look very bearish, but it does look bearish, but yeah, it looks very, very bearish, but I'm still like not confident like enough to get puts. We had a gap right over here. We were actually talking about it yesterday's stream, and it's just filling that gap. Yeah, Chinese companies. That is why the thing about Neo is that we're having a tight stop loss. I'm waiting for Neo to get tighter and tighter, so eventually we're gonna be having a very tight stop loss on Neo. See Bidyu. Let's take a look at Bidyu. Bidyu has this channel. We discussed this on live, but it kind of did break the channel. Let's take a look at. This is actually also a head and shoulder. We have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. But it is at least up. It looks better than Baba though, for sure. Apple looks way too bearish. Like that close was incredible. Yeah, we're just trading sideways. Like that's the thing. So let's take a look at. It's like a 9. So this is a real estate fund. Let's remove this. So let's take a look at. This just looks way too weird. Let's take a look at XLF. Wow, banks are actually pushing. Banks are actually pushing. Okay. So market is red with tech, but I'm watching. Wow, banks are looking nice. Holiday sell-off, SPY red. Thing is, usually like we're the most bullish on December, but we already had an incredible run. Your Bank of America is doing very, very nice. We're holding that level. So banks are trending up while the market is red. IWM. IWM just needs to hold 230 level. Okay, we're gonna have a tight stop loss. 230 level is for IWM. So let's take a look at the thing about Zoom is like, yeah, you're trying to catch like a falling knife, and then I don't know. So Zoom, like, I wouldn't try catching a falling knife. Banks are the hottest right now. They're breaking out. Let's take a look at like JP Morgan. Yeah, banks are actually, I would consider taking bank calls right over here. JP Morgan has this channel like this right over here. Bank of America. Let's take a look at like Riot. Let's take a look at Hive because yeah, it's just trading sideways as long as if it holds our support. Same with Bitcoin. We have debt ceiling talks. Let me check when. December. So on December 15th, we have some debt ceiling talks, which is usually a bearish catalyst, kind of like FOMC or Powell's speaking. Let's actually take a look at NEO 5 minutes. If we're setting up for a potential play. Because I'm not seeing... Let's take a look at Bank of America. So... we're just not having like enough volume as much. SDC. Let's take a look at SDC. Wow. This also looks like a dead stock. I don't like playing like these growth, like risky growth, like just risky stocks, like or like a penny stock. It just looks dead. It looks like a dead stock, like TLRY. I don't like playing like these dead stocks. I like playing blue chip. Take a look at QQQ. QQQ broke that support, that level, looking very, very bearish. Tech looking very, very bearish. As I mentioned, still waiting for my Jets entry. Hopefully we can get a dump power hour so I could buy in at this level. Yeah, Jets, it's a very cheap. So Jets is going to be the next play for sure. Cool thing about Jets is that it's a very, very cheap play. Lyft dipping hard. Let's take a look at Lyft. Yeah. I think 444 is going to be a nice buy for Lyft, but I'm still not confident. Like, those contracts are very weird. Like, it's going to be hard to be profitable with those contracts because less people are going to be buying with lower volume. Unless we do shares. But if I were to do shares, we would go for like a 10% gain, and we would actually have a tighter stop loss. So honestly, shares not a bad idea. We'll be going for like a 15% gain and risking around 2 to 3% because our stop loss is going to be below this level. And again, this is a major level. This kind of looks like airline. It's like dating back to those COVID levels. YouTube. So Lyft, Jets. Let's see how we close, because the close is going to determine. Yeah, spies actually. Let's take a look at 5 minutes. It's kind of it's holding this level, but if we break this level, we should see a double. I'm just expecting it to just trade sideways. Just trade sideways. Left tipping hard. So what do you check key criteria? So the play that makes me more confident is if the setup is on the weekly. So if we take a look at Jets, the support is on the weekly. So if it's on the weekly, the bigger the time frame, the more confident that we are. I can show you multiple examples. Like this Jets play that I'm looking at. Qualcomm, major support. Let's take a look at like TSM, major support where we got in right over here. Even like Amazon, major support. Apple a while back with the symmetrical triangle. If the play's on the weekly, it's just more and more confident. And if the play's on a weekly, I usually grab a month out expiration. Yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Wolfman. AUPH. Yeah, APUH it's breaking the support, and the scary part is actually okay. Goat cycle. Thank you for tuning in. Stocked up. So APUH just needs to hold that level. Other than that, again, we have Lyft on the watch. We have Airlines as Jets, and then we have Neo, and then potentially just IWM and AMC. And obviously Apple looking very bearish. It's just it's gonna be interesting because I think we're gonna be testing the support level. Like we usually test the support level like right over here. Even like right over here we tested like this support level like at this breakout for Apple. Yeah, Zoom is just a falling knife. Like at this point, like it's like it looks like one of those like those dead stocks. where it's just a falling knife, and we're gonna be just heading to, and volume is gonna be drawing up a lot compared to like right over here. Like most of you guys would have like sold right over here. Like these are kind of like the bag holders, and so Ford had this descending triangle breakout. So for Ford, looking like by the chart, I'm bullish as long as if it holds that 20 level. 20 is also a mental level for Ford. We're also getting like very nice volume. Okay, as you can see, a lot of people are buying in. Let's take a look at like the monthly. Monthly for Ford also looks interesting. And then Lucid Odors. Any thoughts on why price choppiness kills premium plus slash reduces IV? So, IV is basically like the movement of like if we like zigzag. So for example, like Lucid. Okay, Lucid is a high IV stock because we would have just high momentum swings. So it would just like go up 5% the next day. It would just crash back down 5%. Okay, that is what causes high IV. If we're just trading sideways, the IV is gonna be lower. Even for something like Hut or Hive, high IV, because again, Bitcoin is volatile, so it's gonna be just swinging up and down. Something like, let's take a look at like XLRE, low IV. Let's take a look at like even like Banks. Even something like Banks, they're just gonna have lower IV because higher IV are for like meme stocks, something with very high momentum, crypto stocks. Let's take a look at FedEx. So, does the formation of a cup work if it gaps down? Like potentially, but usually a cup and handle, you want to be like at the top, like of the resistance. Like this would be kind of like a bear flag. RKT. So overall, let's insert. What the? So okay. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video, this live stream. I'm gonna be seeing you guys tomorrow. We have FOMC minutes tomorrow, and if you actually go to this site, investing.com, we actually have a catalyst to FOMC minutes, so the Federal Reserve kind of like talk. And that just kind of causes low volume because a lot of people take those days off. I take those days off. But this, like today, I didn't even trade. I was just watching these setups and potential plays. So right over here, let's clear this. This is a great website. Like make sure to mark this website. So 3 stars. As you can see, Wednesday is going to be an action-packed initial jobless claims. So tomorrow, I'm just going to go live. It's going to be a very low volume. But again, Apple bearish. Facebook also looks bearish. Most of the tech looks bearish. As for potential plays, Jets, the support, please set this level. I made a whole video on YouTube. You guys can check my past video on this. Already made a video on this. Okay, so I'm gonna be entering in later on. Jets and then Lyft potentially. Honestly, I'll be probably looking to get shares instead of calls. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow at market open, but let's take a look at KTTA. Wow, we just gapped up. Okay, yeah, nothing much. So overall, hope you guys enjoy this video, and see you guys tomorrow.